back in 1960, Joan Rivers was entertaining U.S. troops in South Korea. And half a century later, she's still making us laugh. Now we get to see this comedy icon behind the scenes in a fascinating new documentary on her life called A Piece of Work.
Last year was a very difficult year. I was playing, here we go, the Bronx at 4:30 in the afternoon. That was a real good one. I'll show you fear. That's fear. If my book ever looked like this, it would mean that nobody wants me, that everything I ever tried to do in life didn't work. Nobody cared, and I've been totally forgotten.
Joan Rivers is here. Good morning.
Good morning. It's so funny watching that, you know.
Why? What do you see when you see it?
Well, they were with me night and day for 14 months. And you forget all the little moments that they chose to put in it. And boy, oh boy, that's my life. An empty book. I think that's everybody's fear.
We think we know you because we watch The Apprentice, we watch your show,
How'd You Get So Rich? Finale tonight.
Thank you very much. Isn't it nice how I got that in there? And
thank you.
We've watched you so much and doing stand-up and everything else. In those situations, you are always in control. You're the one who is in control of the material that gets out. And this time, the walls come down and we see you laid bare.
Yeah.
Did you think it was going to turn out like this?
I didn't know. I just knew if we were going to do a documentary, I don't want a stupid puff piece where everyone says, oh, she's so wonderful, and here's another friend. Oh, I loved her. You know, all these horrible people, they tell you how wonderful they are. And so I said, if we're going to do it, let's tell the truth.
Right.
But they really picked, again, in 14 months, you forget how many things you say off the cuff. And it really came out, I thought, you really see about age and how difficult it is, and you really see what our business is about. People see you sitting here in control with your nice tie and
right.
They have no idea what's going on backstage.
Right.
And so I think it was very good what they showed.
There's a camera follows you to a nightclub one night.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because here you are. Could you be any more glamorous?
No.
You're down the stairs you go, through the freight elevator, in this dank, horrible, and it's disgusting.
Disgusting.
The path that you take in order to get to that moment, and I mean, it is the metaphor for the film, the path you have to take in order to get to the spotlight is dirty and horrible.
Jack Benny, one of the greatest comedians, I met him at the end of his life, said to me, I was just starting, he said, young lady, that's a young he said, never forget, you always walk through the kitchen to get to the stage.
Very good. There's
and
also,
that's us.
It is. And there's also a scene, you have a record of every joke you've ever written.
Yeah.
File boxes. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of them.
If you ever do a speech, call me.
You have one for every occasion.
But Woody Allen used to write things on match covers. You know? So I used to write all over the place. And one day, an office temporary came in and said, where's your joke room? She just worked for Bob Hope. I said, joke room? And from then on, every joke I could remember went on a file.
When you go back and you see this and you really look at yourself, do you know what the engine is? Do you know where the fear comes from? Do you know why? I mean, at this point, listen, you've made a couple of bucks in your life. You could coast for a while.
I love the work, but it's such, Harry, I never had a contract. You know you're going to be here for 3 years or 5. I never had that. My next job is my last job until the next job comes. And that's a tremendous drive.
Right.
You know, and it's always, an age? You're never the first on the list. Never. First of all, they're scared you'll be dead.
Well,
you know, it's more than a week away.
There were several scenes where you're sitting there, you're talking to agents on the phone, and you say, okay, they want me because who wouldn't show up or who couldn't they get?
Yeah. I'm never the first choice. I got my talk show, which ended up with 15 Emmy nominations. Nell Carter said, are you kidding? Try Joan Rivers, she's free.
So there's also a very, very powerful story about when you got the job at Fox and how Johnny Carson, once you took the job, he never talked to you again.
Competition over. Over. It's a business. You forget it's show business, as my friends very often remind me.
Right. And in The Godfather, they always said when they're about to kill somebody, it's just business.
It's just business.
Yeah. All right. So your reality show is
reality show. How'd
wraps
You
up.
Get So Rich? 10 o'clock tonight.
Right.
Grand finale.
Yeah. All right. We all want to make sure you're still employed.
Me too. And the movie opens this weekend.
It's phenomenal.
It's great.
It is absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love you.
Love you back, and you know it.
Joan Rivers, thanks. The documentary Joan Rivers, A Piece of Work, opens in select cities on Friday. And oh, by the way, there's some salty language in it.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd let you know.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.